Students, this is we are discussing the story in the trunk of Ganesha, and we have reached the concluding part of the story. And you know, the concluding part is always very interesting. So let us hope so and enjoy the last part of the story, the trunk of Ganesha. So before going to read the last part of the story, concluding part, I would like to discuss what we have studied in the previous class with some question answers. What was finally decided by Gobind Mahana and Ranju regarding the breaking of the trunk? You know, Gobind Mahana was very worried for the repeated breaking of the trunk of the large Ganesha, and he was sure about the supernatural, about the interfering of supernatural in his life, and he also felt that supernaturals were behind the breaking of the trunk. So finally, Gobind Mahana and his youngest son, who had a great interest regarding the ancestral profession, together they decided to watch for the night in the workroom, so that they would know who is behind the breaking of the trunk of Ganesha, and they would catch the intruder red-handed. That's why it was finally decided by Gobind Mahana and his youngest son Ranju to watch throughout that night. There was Ranju asked to sit, and what places he was asked to watch. Ranju was asked to sit in the dark corner of the workroom and watch the door, the window, and the image at a time. Why did Gobind take his evening meal early that evening? Gobind Mahana usually had his evening meal late, but that day he decided to take his evening meal early with his youngest son Ranju in order to go and watch in the workroom from the evening. How did they feel when they entered into the workroom? Both of them felt the night appeared darker and darkness denser. First of all, they could not see anything in the workroom, but very soon the darkness emptied and they could recognize the things in the workroom and the trunk of the Ganesha, the image of large Ganesha. Where was the image and how did it appear to both of them? The image of large Ganesha was placed where it was left before, and in the darkness it appeared to be grown in size to both Gobind Mahana and his youngest son Ranju. This is what we studied in the previous video class. Now we are going to read the ending part of the trunk of Ganesha.
Okay.
I have sent you the page through the WhatsApp. Hope you watch the page carefully and follow the reading. Huddled close to his father, Ranju's initial excitement had given way to a cold weariness as the night progressed. Perhaps the boy should be sent to bed, Gobind thought. He heard him yawning in the dark. The workroom remained still and quiet. The air was heavy, as though bound by invisible ropes of Govinda's guilt. Nothing appeared to disturb the silence. A few mosquitoes buzzed about them. Where was the antidote? They had imagined. What was it more likely an act of the supernatural? Soon the boy dozed off and slumped to the floor. Govinda was awake, keen to the sound filtering into the room. His eyes glued to the dark and to the silence. He put an arm around the boy. Time went by. Then there was a sound, a soft, distinct sound. The intruder, Govinda's heart thought. His eyes met the unfinished eyes of the idol. His gaze swept across the open window. There, between two vertical bars, was the unmistakable shape of a cat, crouched ready to jump. Unable to move, he watched the animal leap across and land on the trunk of Ganesha's trunk. A smile beamed across his exhausted face. He gently began shaking the boy awake. This is the last portion of the story, the trunk of Ganesha. I have collected some of the difficult words for you to discuss and to get the meaning. Let us see the difficult words here. Huddle means draw together, close to someone. Initial means beginning, starting. Excitement, able to excite or stimulate. Weariness, temporary loss of strength and energy resulting from hard physical work or mental work. Yawning, with the mouth wide open, indicating boredom or sleepiness. Before going to sleep, you might have seen someone yawning. Invisible, not visible or not seen. Guilt, the state of having committed an offense. Buzzed, flying sound of mosquitoes. Dozed off, changed from waking to sleeping state. Slumped, fall suddenly. Glued, affixed. Distinct, clear or sharp. Distinct sound, clear sound or sharp sound. Third, strike with a dull sound. Vertical, straight or unsloped. Crouch, position of a cat before jump. Lithely, flexible manner. Leap, jump. Exhausted, very tired. This is the meaning we have discussed. Now I am going to tell you the summary of the concluding part that we have studied, discussed just now. Listen carefully. Living in the workroom for the night, the beginning excitement of Govind Mahana changed to weariness when time passed by. Ranju was drawn close to his father and was yearning in the dark. Govind thought, that his son should be sent to bed. The silence of the workroom broke with the buzzings of some of the mosquitoes. The boy could not control himself and fell asleep. Gobind Mahana affixed his look to the dark and put his arm around his son. After a while, Govinda's heartbeat grew as he heard a clear sound, thinking it an intruder. He could see a cat crouched ready to jump. Gobind could not move from his place and watched the cat. The next moment, the cat jumped on the trunk of the large Ganesha. Gobind was relaxed from his worries, waked his son, and returned back home. This is the story, The Trunk of Ganesha. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.